please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the Bryan City Council meeting for Monday, December 18th, 2017. First item on our agenda this evening is to approve the minutes of the December 4th council meeting. Council, you have those minutes before you. Have any corrections or deletions?
I move we approve as read.
Second.
Judy?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes. Second item is a clerk treasurer's report.
The council's been presented with the clerk treasurer's report for the month ending November 30th, 2017.
Seeing as how it looks balanced, I move we accept.
Second.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes. Third item is a hearing of public concerns. Don't see anyone coming forward at this time, so we'll move on to the fourth item, which is an ordinance. Lori, please number and read.
Ordinance number 56, 2017. An ordinance authorizing the clerk treasurer to issue change order number 1 for the project known as wastewater treatment plant effluent disinfection, grit removal, and digester improvements.
Good evening. This is a change order that just reflects some deductions mostly. There's an addition of a skin coat that we had to put in the secondary digester to bring the profile of the concrete wall up to standards for Sherwin-Williams coating system that they had, and it was a requirement for them to go with the warranty that we would like to have with that. That was about a $50,000 item. That's offset quite a ways by the cost of things that we were able to do ourselves, and some things that as we got into the project we decided probably wouldn't have been qualified for the money that we were going to spend on it, so we backed off of it. So it's a Christmas present back to us for right now. If you're interested, why we'll go ahead and make it so.
Make a motion to suspend.
Second.
Tommy?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Judy?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes. Thank you, Wes.
Thank you, Wes.
Item number 5 is a volunteer firefighters dependence fund. Chief Siders.
Good evening. Every year we have to come before council asking that you approve the Volunteer Firefighters Dependence Fund Board for the fire department for the coming year. I have presented council with a list of names that I would ask that you approve for 2018 to serve on the Volunteer Firefighters Dependence Fund Board. Again, this board only goes into effect in the event that we have a line of duty death. It's the only time this board actually has to meet.
We hope we never have to meet.
Hopefully we will never have to use this. So I'm asking council to approve the names.
I approve, or I make a motion that we approve this recommendation.
Second.
Keith?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Judy?
I think I need to abstain.
Rick?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Item number 6 is Volunteer Peace Officer Dependence Fund. Chief Willis.
Council, the police department established a Volunteer Peace Officers Dependence Fund in 2016, and at this time I'm asking council to approve the appointment of the list of people that are on the sheet in front of you. This would be for the board that would serve in 2018.
Make a motion to approve the chief's recommendation.
I'll second it.
Tommy,
Yes.
Keith,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Judy,
Abstain.
Rick.
Yes.
Thank you.
And our next item is year-end report.
Lower lights a little bit on that.
Yep.
Okay, since this is my final meeting, I guess I have the privilege of being the first annual report. And I don't know who will be on the next one, but if you have any volunteers, we'll have a raise of hands. There's a screen, and we'll get started. Okay, the state of the city as of December 31st, 2017, but as of tonight. And this, I'll give some figures in here dealing with 2017 and also just a couple of 2018, and then we'll be turning the gavel over to Carrie, and she'll carry that on in 2018. I might first of all say that I've had 16 years of mayor, or 16 years in this chair. I'm the 67th mayor of Bryan. During the time, I performed 161 weddings. The most famous one was at Wendy's. The quickest one lasted one day. And the person came back to me and says, can you divorce us? And I said, no, I just married you. You're gonna have to see a lawyer on that. And this will give me a little bit, 55 years. Married, 55 years. I hope this thing is going to work. Oh, there it was. There we go. Okay, over the years, you know that we have a mayor and a council, and it's kind of unique in that in the city of Bryan, we have a separate mayor, separate council, and then we have the BPA. And I always tell people when I speak, we have nothing to do with the BPA except approve their budget, and they have the water, the communication, and electricity. And we're fortunate to have Kevin Maynard to come back and be our BPA director at this point. And then on the other side, you see the council. A mayor is only as good as the people that work for him, and I've had excellent employees, excellent department heads, and excellent councils over the time. Going back a little bit on the council side, to speak of, we had the privilege of working with Lloyd Clark. Some of you had her as a teacher, but Lloyd Clark, and I had Judy Bartell and Diane Halloway, three ladies work on the council in my beginnings. And then I had Dick Reed and Dick Wright, and they formed a long time service. And then we have our current council, who is Rick Hoopy, Carrie Slade, Judy Yaris, Tommy Moore, and we have Keith Day. And Keith is going off, and Tommy is going off of our council. But these were excellent people to work with. Underneath me, I've had one city attorney all this time, and that's Rhonda Fisher. We appoint her every year, each year for our city attorney, and that's the only attorney that I have known, and she does an excellent job. And then on the other side, we've had two clerk treasurers. I had John Seeley in the early stages, and then I had Lori Rhodey. Lori should be complimented not only for doing the budgets and working with the department head, but she's had 7 years of perfect audits, and that's almost unthinkable. But she's tough to work with, and as the department heads know, as the department heads know, if they make a mistake, she's going to get on them, but that's what you need, because a city attorney and a clerk treasurer can make or break a mayor, and I've been fortunate to have people like that working for me. And then underneath that, we've had the street department. The street department hasn't fared as well as a lot of departments, in that I had Ed Halbert, Bolstetter, Duke, Brad, and finally Tyson. So we've had a long string of department heads there. Under the police, I had Greg Brillhart, I had Jeff Arnold, and now Mike Willis. Only 3 in that area. In parks, we had the Shum and Manette group working, and now we've got the Dominic and Wheeler. And I know Bruce Wheeler a little bit, but I won't tell you how. excellent young administrators along that line. And then out at wastewater, only 3. So I had Mike Stoller, Rick Holmeyer, and now Wes Whitehead. And in the engineering department, I had Todd Roth and now Bryan Wheeler. And Bryan can tell a story like anyone wants to hear if you listen to him and stuff along that line. But I had him. And then along in the street department, I've had some good assistants working with that, and I appreciate you coming tonight, Tim, along the line. Let's see. And then under the under the engineering, I've had the Andy working with us as the, what's your title? Zoning administrator. So that's a hard one too. So I think I covered just about everyone here except Scott. And Scott has been my go-to person, and he hauls the band trailer all around, gets a city band ready, important event, and he's been a good person to work with. So a lot of good folks, and they can make or break a mayor, as I say, along that line. Fire department. Did I forget the fire department? Mm-hmm. Help me out here. I did forget the fire department. I had Bruce Siders, and then Jerry Mannon, and who was before Jerry Mannon? I think only 2. Yeah, I wasn't with Robinson, so I've had 2 fire chiefs along that line. So I think the street department takes the hall for the number of people we have. So probably one of the hardest departments to work for. I've had 3 secretaries, Sue Huffman, Belinda Lemons, and now Cindy Rao, and covers both the parks and the rec in my area, and she does a very nice job for that. Our budget, and we're not going to go over all those figures, but from 2002 to 2017, we've averaged a $52 million budget, and each year we try to have a carryover. Lori, as of today, had about a 1.7 million carryover going into next year. You can see the carryovers all the way down through, and we strive to do that every year. The total council budget for 17 is not 18, but 17 was 25,351,000, and BPA was 28,932,000. That could be 18, or is that 17 budget on that?
I believe that's 17.
That's 17 budget. So you see what goes on there, and roughly the council budget is around 25 million a year along that line. The general fund runs about a $6 million budget. We always keep an eye on the kilowatt hour tax. Governor Kasich would love to get a hold of that, and that's $790,000 we are able to keep here in our coffers. If the state would take that, you could see what our carryover would be like. And also, if it wasn't for that 3/10 fire levy, that the permanent levy passed in 05, that's $1,000,008. If you take those 2 out, there's our carryover. So the fire levy that passed and the $790,000 kilowatt hour tax that we're able to keep, that keeps us going, and that keeps our general fund intact. There's a pie chart showing you without the kilowatt hour tax and the fire levy, and there's one with it filling in all the different things. And of course, when we have the budget done next Wednesday, we'll be able to go over what each one spent and what's coming out in 2018. The street department has their own budgets. They're not part of the general fund, but theirs is over $1 million a year that's transferred into that street budget. Refuse and recycling is about $1,000,001 a year, and then the wastewater plant is $1,000,005. So all those pieces of our budget that has to fill in, and that's especially in refuge and wastewater, we have to collect a fee in order for them to pay for those budgets. So those are the figures there that you see along that line in that area. Our income tax, we have 1.8 income tax, as we mentioned. This is what our people pay. 3/10 is permanent for fire. 1% is permanent for income, and our 0.5% is for street and sewer. And of course, the rest is not, income not tax is a big area. Keep in mind that the schools have a 1% income tax that you pay for the school, but that's not part of the city tax. Collection is always a question, local versus Columbus. Every year they're trying to send our taxes down to Columbus, collect it, charge us 2% and send us back what's left. And we fought that every year with the municipal aid, and so far we've been able to achieve that along the line. That income tax, that 0.5% income tax, brings in about 1.8 million a year. And you have, the council has on the sheet everything that has been spent in the 4 quarters of the city of the 1.8 income tax and how much of that has improved our city. And I'm going to refer to the back page of that. And unfortunately, some of you, and I have some extras, don't have that copy. But as I go to the back page of that, that income has totaled $30,592,000 since 1994. And of that $30 million, we've had $3 million in grants as a result of that. Now, unfortunately, anymore, the 0.5% doesn't do us a lot of, it does a lot of good, but everyone wants the street done. Everyone wants sidewalks, which can't be part of that. Everyone wants a piece of that 1.8, and it's very hard to control that amount. For an example, our asphalt prices in 1994, $60,000, and in 2017 was $348,000. So you see just how the asphalt prices go up. Probably along the line someday, that 0.5%, which is up again in 2023, should be increased a little bit if people want their streets done and sidewalks and all this other thing that might be able to go into that. But that's a handout, and this is what the 0.5% has done for us over the time. Very, very important to us. The fire fund, $1,182,000, as we mentioned. Had we not had that, we would have been in deep trouble over the time. And I might say because of that 3/10, our insurance rating, which is they come around and it's called ISO rating that they do every several years, our insurance rating has gone to a 2, which means we're almost one of the top fire departments in the state and also in the nation. And with that 2, your property insurance, residential and commercial should go down. So if it's not going down, you want to talk to your insurance people and ask them what to think about that. But we are rated a 2. We commend Bruce, the fire department, for that and the training that they have. But that's a result of what we have. Inside property tax, we have a little bit of millage. $384,000 is just enough to keep our balance in there. But that shows you, some people say, well, why don't you put a mill up? Why don't you put 10 mills up? 1 mill then equals $137,000. So if you have a 10 mill levy, you can see how much money that would bring in. And we like to figure that every year. And we tell people, did you pay your tax? And people tell me, we want this road or that, or I pay this much, so much property tax. Well, $384 doesn't get you much. Doesn't get you a road, doesn't get you the things that you would want. But we're always happy to get a little money from the taxes. So don't forget to pay your taxes. What you do, property tax. Give you an example of what a cost for employee costs us now, and this is a 2018 figure. In the paper today, you will see that the minimum wage went up to $8.30 per hour. And if you multiply that times 2080 in the middle there, that comes out to $17,264. However, if we pay workers' comp, Medicare, and PERS on each one of those individuals, that figure then goes to $20,350 minimum wage. If that person is a single person, city pays $7,000 toward their insurance, and that initial amount, 17, now is at $27,000. And if they're a family, it's $19,900. 1939, we paid $19,742 on that. So you see what happens, $39,744. So a $17,000 minimum job with a family costs the city $39,000. So that's what's happened with health insurance over the years. And then dental and vision and so forth we pick up in addition to that. So that is a high cost, and not too many are at minimum wage. My departments, and you see the number of people, these are full-time people, but in the summertime with our mowers and our parks and everything, that 141 goes quite high. But these are our full-time people working in the various departments that you have. This is something we're very proud of, is our fire station uptown, built in 2012. It's a 20-year pay, $360,000 a year. First payment made in 2011, and once again, that ISO rating is a 2 as of 2018. So we needed that, and in order to get that, we had to move all these offices up here. When I first took office, this was all cemented here, and we started to remove the engineering, and then we moved the parks, and then we moved the mayor's office, and I think council chamber, and then Lori's was the final office up here. And we did some various movements downtown, got rid of those old buildings, and ended up out here, which is working out great because all the department heads and everybody are together here. So we're happy with that fire station, and we're paying on that. Once again, the 3/10 is helping on that. Moser Construction, when Don and I first moved to town, 1968, this was a drive-in theater. It was also a putt-putt golf. Kevin Maynard was historic. You'll probably remember some of this. This is a drive-in theater right here. One thing that I'm happy with this building was a $5.1 million building, and we paid this off. This building here is paid in full, so that helped us to do some other things, and we got the buildings that we needed out here. In addition, last year, year before, we added on to the engineering building in the back for their equipment and so forth, and that has helped us immensely to get all that equipment on the inside. Then the wastewater, that equalization basin, you can't even see that if you go out there by that road, but we are paying on that. That is a basin behind the wastewater plant. We took out a loan for that, and what happens is, with a big storm or something, water goes through, runs through the plant, and goes out in that equalization basin, and then the water comes back in once the storm is over, and we can treat the waste. One thing about EPA, they always keep increasing your rules and regulations out there, and that's I think every 1, 2, 3 years you're going to put $1 million or so, a couple million in that plan, and it's going to be something you're going to have to work with. And everyone wants to flush your toilet, but it's for a price. But if you don't flush it, you're going to hear about it on the telephone. We have an industrial park, about 4 lots in the red. That's out at the that'd be at the south end, or the south end, and that's the industrial park there. And then our new industrial park is the 80 acres at the north end, and we have 4 20-acre plots, and we're trying to get that shovel ready so we can get some new business and so forth to come to town. If we can get the workers to fill that area. 16 years of mayor, 400 council meetings, and I gotta tell you, I never thought I should do it, but I have not missed a council meeting in the 16 years. So whenever I've had 3 surgeries, and whenever I have those surgeries, I tell the doctors, I don't care what you do, but I gotta get back to the council meeting. So take care of that. Weddings, as I said, I had 161. Wendy's the most famous. Donna and I just to Columbus and Washington, D.C. I was on Ohio Municipal Electric Board, and we would petition to keep the electric rates down, working with the BPA, and that was always a pleasure for us to go, and then we would get to go to see all the senators and the representatives. I guess nowadays, I don't know if that's good or bad, but we did get to see them in Washington, D.C. And one story I'll tell you about that is we were there for the State of the Union meeting, and Todd and I was walking through, and Steve Pittsburgh was with us that time. Hillary Clinton walked out of one of the buildings and went by us and got in the car and took off. But that night, it was the State of the Union meeting, and Donna says to me, we didn't have tickets for that. We watched it on TV. Says she's got the same dress on that she had on today, tonight. So I didn't pay attention to her that way. I'm kind of known for the cat ordinance. We had a lot of cats in town, so we spent some money on cats. Anybody that has a cat that goes in your yard or so forth, they call us, and then we got to call the Humane Society. And if it's done right, you can take the cat out there. Hopefully it's adopted, and it doesn't cost us too much money, but that was a big problem. Another area that we had was a downtown grant at 207 that did a lot of remodeling and everything downtown. The JA building, they turned that over to us at Northwest State College is out there. They're working with Fort County, and kids go half a day out there, and then they go to work in the afternoon here in town. The traffic light out on State 15, we put it up, we took it down, we put it up again. That was quite a thing, but that proved to be good. And of course, with the school out there on Fountain Grove now, that is yeah. And as I mentioned, I'm a little better now. 55 years of marriage to Donna, so I thank you for that. I'm going to go north, south, east, and west now in my ending. And when I first came on in 2002, Bill Runkle said, let's go out for the retention pond. So the retention pond was done there. And then, you know, coming from that area of town, we had the equalization basin, and then all the work that's been done at the wastewater plant. That's coming in from the east. And if you consider us here in this building and the building that was built back at the back, that's coming from the east going that way. On the west side coming in, you've got the fire range out there where we've done some bridge improvement, put a bridge in there, and they built a new fire training center out there. And then you come into town and you go by the hospital. We were able to work with Rusty and Phil and able to move that hospital where they are today. We've traded some land with them, and in turn we got some land over there by the parks. And they were able to build their hospital where they wanted to. The Barris Memorial, they moved that over into our parks. The big thing we're facing with today is what happens to the schools. Washington School, you know, was torn down, and the school board did give the city the path behind, which they owned, and we just recently made the repairs on that now. And so that's one thing that they did. The school board also gave us Lincoln School, that's coming in from the east, which is torn down, and we are maintaining that just as a playground right now, and hopefully maybe someone will build a shelter there and so forth. We can't build anything on that land unless we go back to the school for their permission. Also, the school is working with us to a certain extent on the high school, and I think the hospital might have some interest there, but a lot of people don't realize the city owns from the 30-yard line to the south on that football field, that little Bears field. So if anything is done behind there, we've got to deal with that problem. Plus, the Rotary has a 99-year lease on that Rotary Pavilion that's back there, so we have to be able to drive back there to get to that, even though we could get probably through it to the other way. But the new council will work on that and try to get something dealing with the school in that area. So the school has been a big thing. Dealing with the park and putting that new road in was huge for us this year, Mayberry Drive. We'd like to finish that this next year or the following year. And some people would like to make that walkway all the way around there. That has been good. It's a good project to do. So our parks were noted for our good parks and things of that nature. I mentioned the $4,000 grant that we had done earlier. Some of the other things that coming in from the east again, or I guess this would be from the south, the cemetery, we've been able to expand the cemetery out there. We've added some, we bought some land and we can expand that. George Isaac always said he won the arches up there, and when he passed away, his son Zach and them came to the council and they put that arch up there, which used to be up years ago. The Hartman, I was able to have to replace John Hartman with Terry Krause. John Hartman had 47 years in the city band, and Terry Krause took over in 2009. Hardly seems that long ago, but that happened. So Terry Krause is our new person there, and Scott hauls our stuff around for them at nighttime, as we mentioned before. So we've talked about the school, we've talked about the downtown grant, retention pond, the JA building, Bechtel Switch Yard. That's out here on the east side. That's probably the best known secret in town. If our power would go out at Bechtel Switch Yard, we'd be able to switch over to, I call it Toledo Edison, what is it called now? First Avenue. We'd be able to switch over. We'd only be out of power for, we'd like to say about an hour or an hour and a half if something would happen. So that was huge for us. It's huge for any business coming in because businesses don't like to be shut down. They like to lose product and so forth. But that goes on too. And last but not least, we finally got the Clark gas station torn down upstairs. But they still think there might be some gas under there, so that's why the cones are up. And Bruce, how long we going to keep it like that till the state says go? And by a result of that gas station, we were able to form a land bank with the commissioners up there in the county. So as a result of that, we've been able to tear a lot of houses down that are in bad shape in town as a result of land bank. What will happen to that gas station is that if it passes, then the land bank can sell that, and somebody can build up there on that corner and hopefully get the taxes back, and that will be a good project to do. So I guess I should mention Walmart went in when I was out there. The underpass, $500,000 was the underpass. That was a grant by the federal government, and they just gave it to us and said you've got to use it for that. So we were able to get the underpass done. So those are some of the projects that we have done as a council and I as mayor over my time. As I say, you can't do it alone, and without the council, without the good workers we have, you're not going to get things done. So this is it for me. I wish Carrie the best. If her family comes like mine did, and I know they will, that'll be a plus, and I know that will happen. So any questions? State of the city. Any questions at all? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. No other items on the agenda. I'd like to go around the room and see if any of the department heads have anything further. Chief Willis. Mr. Dominic. Mr. Waterstone.
Thanks for your years of service, Mayor. It's been a pleasure working with you. And
Thank you.
Best luck to future endeavors.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Chief Siders.
I'm going to have to ditto what Mr. Washington said.
Okay. Mr. Wygant.
Been a pleasure working for you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Appreciate all you've done for me.
Back row. See who's back there. Bryan.
I'll step up.
Uh-oh.
Okay, settle in.
Here's the tell the story.
Everybody always says, uh-oh, when I come up here. Well, Mary, you said I've always got a little story to tell. So I'll keep it short, maybe 39 seconds or 40 seconds. But Tommy, Keith, Mayor, the three of you were in office when I was hired 11 and a half years ago. And you're the last ones on that was actually here when I was hired. So we appreciate everything you guys have all done. We've done a lot of work over the years, and I know Mayor said he couldn't do it without us, but we couldn't do it without you guys. And Carrie, Mr. Hoopy, Judy, everybody. We can't do it without you. And we're looking forward to working with you guys too next year. But Mayor, one thing we're going to miss, and I'm going to speak for Ben too on this one a little bit. I think we're going to miss at the end of the year helping you tweak your spreadsheets and tweak your graphs a little bit, because you can always tell what's close to the end of the year because my phone rings and it says Mayor. I'm like, oh. He messed up his spreadsheet. I got to go help him fix it. So that's one yearly ritual we're going to miss, I think. But it's been a pleasure working with you, and I wish you all best of luck. So,
thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Bryan. Tyson.
I can't top that, but
Mr. Maynard.
Well, I haven't been here that long. Almost as soon as I got here, the mayor quit. I'd like to think those two things are not related, but it's been a real pleasure knowing you for much longer than I've been here and working with you on a number of different things. I'll certainly miss you.
Thank you.
A lot.
Mr. Wheeler, anything?
Thanks for everything.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Day?
Well, this is my last official meeting, other than our, we have one coming up yet at the end of the year, but I just want to say thank you to the city of Bryan and to the residents for giving me your support. Hopefully I've done a just job. For 12 years now, that means the seniors in high school don't remember me not being on council. So it's been a while, and it's been a pleasure. I've learned a lot. There's a lot more I could have learned, but we've had a wonderful, wonderful group of people who are our employees who have done such a wonderful job for our city, and I can't express enough appreciation to everyone who's been involved with our city to make it go as great it has done. And I love Bryan, and I'm so glad to be a resident here and to have served here on council for 12 years. Thank you very much.
Very well said. Mr. Moore?
I just want to make some comments in regards to the mayor. You know, people take probably this job, mayor job, for granted, but I'll tell you right now, he never did. Sleepless nights, you know, his illnesses and things like that, weathering the storm every day. Been on council for 12 years, and hopefully I've learned a lot from him, and maybe I've influenced him a little bit too, but anyhow, it's been a great relationship, him and I's, both of ours, and a respected man. He never embarrassed this city one bit, and that says a lot, you know. But I think we go out of here, 40 years is going right through that door out there. And I personally think that means a lot, you know. But anyhow, it has been a pleasure working with him, and I just wish, you know, he would stay on a little bit longer, or we could, or whatever. But like you say, I'm also very thankful for the 12 years I've put in, thankful for the people that we have in the city, the passion that we have with our employees, our department heads, and things like that. It's a great city, and it was led by a great man.
Thank you, Tom. My infrastructure is going bad, and I can't afford to fix it up.
Yeah. I'm not going to make any comments on that. Okay. I could make a couple, but yeah.
But we're not gonna.
Mrs. Yaros?
Yes, I want to, not just the mayor, but also Mr. Day and Mr. Moore. I have learned so much from these gentlemen. They have been patient with Carrie and I both, because we've came in not knowing a lot of things. This job entails a lot more than I ever envisioned, and it has been a real honor to work with them. And I must say, the city is a better place because of all three of them. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Carrie?
Oh, I have so much to say. No. Mayor, first of all, I'd like to thank you for setting such a great example. I'm a little terrified of the shoes I have to fill and a little excited all at the same time. But you and Donna are great examples. I hope Josh and I can follow that. Don't look at me, guys, sorry. But I appreciate your guidance since the day after the election.
Thank you.
And your willingness to help me make sure that the people in the city are taken care of.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Tommy and Keith, thank you for your service. I'm gonna stop being a crybaby. We came in on a whirlwind. I asked a lot of questions. That was something everybody had to get used to, and I appreciate your patience with me in that. And I wish you all three the best of luck. Your servants' hearts have definitely been given to this community.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Lori?
Mayor, I apologize for being so hard to work with from time to time. He did ask me to keep him out of trouble, and I've done my best. 13 days to go. But I'd like to say to all three of you, it's been a privilege to serve. Thank you.
Rhonda?
Yes, to Keith and Tommy, thank you for your years of service. It's been a pleasure to work with you. We've been through contract negotiations and a lot of hard times, but you always brought your best to the table and did what you thought was best for the city and the employees. I thank you for your service. And to the mayor, it's going to be kind of hard for me to say goodbye to you. I thought we were going to be here together the whole way. When we were first here, within days of each other, spent a lot of time together, of course, getting to know each other and the job. And so much so that even on the weekends we would see each other. And my children, who were about 1 and 3 or 2 and 4 at the time, said, "Is that our other grandparents?" Because we would see Donna and Doug so often. And you know what? I said, well, they're not, but they're good people, so you can look up to them too, and they have. They respect you as much as I respect you. We've been through so many projects and issues together. We had a rough kind of start there with the things that happened in the city, but we worked through it, and always with integrity that I saw from you. You've taught me so much in dealing with people and personnel situations that I will be able to take throughout the rest of my years. And I can't say thank you enough. Thank you for serving.
Thank you.
Mayor? Have anything further?
Yeah, just a couple things, you know, I always have. City of Bryan will be closed Friday, December 22nd, and Monday, December 25th for Christmas holiday. And let's see, Friday's trash will be picked up as usual, and Monday's trash will be picked up on Tuesday, December 26th. And then we're gonna have a New Year's. And Happy New Year to everyone. The City of Bryan offices will be closed Monday, January 1st, 2018, in observance of New Year's Day. However, trash will be picked up on Monday, January 1st, 2018. Council will end the year December 27th at 11 o'clock. It's a special council meeting. We approve the budget for next year. We'll hire the city attorney and deal with any other pertinent businesses, wages, and so forth. So I think other than that, and I got home tonight and my wife was making 2 cakes, and I said, "Why are you making all this cake?" And I told Kevin today, no sense coming to the meeting tonight because it's so short, no one's gonna be there anyhow, and he wanted to get out. So she's got green cake and chocolate cake, green for Lori. When I said rough to work with, you know what I meant.
I do. I take it well.
You get 2 pieces of cake.
Oh, thank you.
So anyhow, I thank my family for coming. I thank all the department heads. Tommy and Keith, you're gonna be missed, and anything that I get, you should get also, because working together has been great. So thank you. That's all I have to say.
All right, well, thank you, Mayor.
Yep.
Before I say anything, I think that we should at least let Mrs. Mayor say a few words, if you would.
Come on, kids. Come on, kids. Get up there.
We were at our first meeting, so now we're at your last meeting. And we have a gift for you this time, so.
That present was on the table tonight, and I saw it, and Denise told me that's for, Dana got it for you to give to Kylie on that, so. That looks like some of the paper Mom had at her house.
It's been a fast 16 years.
As I say, I feel Tommy and Keith will be opening this right along with me because they've been right with me all the way, so. Oh my gosh. This is a picture of me when I ran for election and so forth, and it's all also for our pictures of our little kids. When we first moved to town, we lived right across the street here from this area. And that's really nice. Oh, gosh, there's a picture more. They don't have time to look at all that. But yeah, it's a book and a lot of the pictures and so forth in it.
Hopefully lots of memories.
So that's very nice.
Well, let's stand up for the mayor.
Well, we're not quite done. First thing that I'd like to say is, Keith and Tommy, well, first of all, I don't know what it is about me that drives people out, but Dick Reed, Dick Wright, now you guys, you're all leaving. So, but it has been a wonderful ride working with you. As Tommy said, 40 years of city government experience walking out the door tonight. And it concerns me. I'm going to be a senior member with less than 5 years of experience. We have a mayor with 2 and a council member with 2, and everybody else is going to be a rookie, and we have a player to be named later. So it's going to be a struggle for us. But I think we will get through it. The city is bigger than just the council, and so we will do our best, and we will always have the city in mind. But having said that, you two will be sorely missed. You're not only members of council with me, but I consider you my friends. Moving on to the mayor. I have a couple of gifts for you. The first one is from the sitting council. And this is just a little certificate. It says, "We, the members of the 2017 Bryan City Council, are honored to present this certificate of appreciation to Douglas Johnson for 16 years of dedication to the position of mayor of the city of Bryan, for being an outstanding ambassador for the city on the local, state, and national arenas, for building a strong relationship with city council, both past and present, for being a quality leader of the city and all its departments, for heartfelt representation of the residents of the city of Bryan, for tireless promotion of the businesses and industries of Bryan, for support of the various organizations that are part of the city, and for bringing impeccable integrity to the office of mayor." We thank you.
Thank you very much.
This next plaque that I'm going to be presenting you is from the city. And I just want to tell a little story or just a little background here. A couple of weeks ago, we had the Christmas parade. And I'm going to try to get through this. For the Christmas parade, I had the honor of chauffeuring the mayor and his wife as they were the lighting elves for the city in the courthouse square. As I was driving them through, and we had the windows down because it was a beautiful night, and I could hear the people along High Street hollering, "Mayor, we're going to miss you. We're going to miss you, Doug." 34 years of education, 16 years as the mayor. This man has given us impeccable leadership. It has always been with honor and integrity. But the one thing that shines the most from my perspective is that he truly cares about people. From the department heads, to the employees, but mostly to the residents of the city of Bryan. And what I've experienced is it doesn't matter if you're sweeping the floors or you're working on a multi-million-dollar project for the city. Doug Johnson treats everyone the same. And the position of mayor is not an easy one. It's not a 40-hour-a-week job. But he has been dedicated with a lot of stamina, and he has done a fantastic job in representing our city. I want to thank you for your service. You've earned the opportunity to walk away from the mayorship and enjoy your family. But we thank you for everything you've done. And in the words of the parade goers, we're going to miss you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. As I say, Tommy and Keith should be right here with me. I might say we got a call early this morning, and my son-in-law and daughter from Maumee, he has 2 or 3 kidney stones that they're trying to remove right now at St. Luke's Hospital. So Don and I drove down there this morning to see them. He didn't know we were there, but he's getting that taken care of right now. Otherwise, Dawn and Tim would have been here tonight, I am sure. So we hope that he is well. So one thing about it is, as I say, with a good family behind you, that can do a lot for a mayor, and I think that you will have that with your family and so forth coming in. So I just thank everyone. As I said, this is not for me. This is for my workers and for the people that I work with. So thanks again, and make sure you get cake and before you leave, get a piece of that good cake down and make. So thank you. Thank you.
I want to thank everyone for coming this evening. At this time, I would accept a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.